Jamie, self-examination is not intuitive, or is it easy? What are some practical ways that we can learn to examine ourselves, or in other words, recognize the log that's in our own eye?
Yeah, that's a good question. And it's true, self-examination is not an easy thing, especially for those of us who might not be introspective by nature. Those of us who are more doers, outwardly focused, very pragmatic in nature, then to look inside and to self-examine our lives is not an easy thing to do. Let me give some tips to this. One, alone time. I find that when people are alone and not having to be kept busy by either a lot of music, TV, distractions, this is where the old quiet time is extremely important. But even in a quiet time, if what you're doing is studying the Bible, which is obviously a good thing to do, and going through your prayer list and then calling it a day, you might not have a lot of room for self-reflection and self-examination. So part of being alone and quiet is also carving out some time where you just be in the presence of God. Where, the old-time spiritual writers, Richard Foster from Celebration of Discipline, call this meditation, not some Eastern mystical thing, but Christian meditation, where you actually just get alone with your thoughts, with the Lord, and just allow yourself to be in His presence without a lot of doing or any doing. And you'll find in those moments that you do become self-reflective and you start to analyze your life, a moral inventory, how you doing with God, how you doing with others around you, and just allow the quietness of that to breed in you a self-examination. Another thing that can help with this is to allow others to speak into your life. And so this is more of a body-life thing. And point blank ask them, what logs do you see in my life? What areas of my life do I need to consider? Do I need to give more thought to? Ask your spouse that, your kids that. Allow them to speak into those areas of your life where they see that you have blind spots, areas that you don't know about. And I find that, again, that can breed self-examination, because if they're honest with you, they will share some things that you're not ready for. They will share some things that you haven't seen, that you've been digging your heels in on, and then you're going to go, whoa, I'm not sure I agree with that, but that's good, because now you're in self-examination mode and you're starting to think about those things. So get alone. Ask other people around you to speak boldly and honestly into your life. And then lastly, I would share that will help you with self-examination is just ask God. Make it part of your prayer life to ask God to reveal things to you, to ask Him to give you the courage and the insight into your logs, into areas of your life that you need to recognize. I'll just warn you this way, though. If you do that, duck, because that's the kind of prayer that God tends to answer in our lives when we ask it honestly and authentically. I got to tell you, I'm excited about our church in this area. I'm excited to think that we could have a few thousand believers who would have the courage to enter into a self-examination mode where it allows them to realize the logs in their own eyes that will then create humility, empathy, and wisdom as they approach others.
Thank you, Jamie.